yes, I'm rumbly in my tumbly. Time for something sweet. I am short, fat, and proud of that, and so with all my might, I up, down to my appetite's delight. While I up, down, touch the ground, I think of things to chew, like honey and milk and chocolate. With a hefty, happy appetite, I'm a hefty, happy poo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Aloha. 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 Is this thing on? Are we here today? I rock the mic and make the crowd stay home. Everybody, no, there's people here. Look at that. Mike Sellers here. Steve Vash is here. Ryan is here. Paul Rose is here. Callie Debs is here. Aloha, everybody. Oh, my goodness. Am I here? Am I here, though? Seriously, am I here? I'm here. Okay, cool. We have the thumbs up from the wonderful, what's a good compliment for you? Beautiful, wonderful, awesome, blah, blah, blah. But, like, what's a good one? My wife! Babachi. I'm Primo Kimo. Our dog's name is Pokey. We are mediocre at best eBayers who have made millions on the platform, but currently suck. And that's who we are. Okay. So what do we have to say for ourselves besides that? I don't know what happened last week. I want to thank you again. I'm very sorry. I know there was some frustration as to why we would just leave you hanging there. It was a hilarious joke that we left you hanging there for a half hour. We didn't. We were there doing the show the whole time.
How was this week?
That was Monday. Last week, this week. I have no idea what's going on anymore. What I do know is that I would like to thank eBay. I am an eBay apologist right now. They're sorry. Wait, how do you apologize for eBay? eBay, sorry. No. eBay customer service was great. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you pat me on the back? I feel like I deserve this. Sweetie, can you pat me on the back, please? I'm just hanging here. Thank you. On our new store, I full on rookie style. I just like walk into bombs, just landmines everywhere. I'm just like boom, boom, boom. I got steel legs, so my legs don't fall off, but I do like to do that. Like to walk right into the quicksand. So when we opened up our new store and I started up the quick subscription over at a competitor to TreeCat, I'm not going to even promote them because I don't think they're actually good, but they're helping me do what I need to do. But whatever. Using them to transfer over items from my main store to my new store and our new store. We both own it. So even if I call it mine and I screw it up, you own half of that failure. Thank you. So moved it over there. Now, two things. I made two just full rookie mistakes. One was sort of a fake mistake because I just pretended it was a mistake, but it really was on purpose, but I miscalculated and then pretended it was a mistake. And that is I only signed up for a starter store instead of the $20 a month store. I signed up for the $5 a month store. I forgot that the numbers weren't right there. And so I listed 750 items and ended up getting a $135 charge or something for going over my allotment. And because I didn't totally know how to use the listing software, it listed some things wrong and I couldn't sort out what was wrong. So I had to cancel all of them. And anyway, I got charged $138 on eBay. And they quickly and graciously refunded that to me because, they're like, according to our policies, you're an idiot, and we give money back to idiots. And so I won. So thank you, eBay. I will have to say they didn't do $18, so I'm still paying $18 for my mistake. And I called back, realized, and I made a I want to make a very practical and important. I would like eBay to hear, if you're listening, it's very important when people are calling in for these important, for like money to get fees exchange, that after like maybe, I don't even know, 10 years or so with eBay customer service, is it possible to get a new, hold song? Because I'm serious, that's the worst part of calling in now, is that hold song that I've heard for 10 years. And it kind of brings me stress. It doesn't bring me happiness or joy. It brings me stress. I see the great reseller life is in the house. Aloha. Let me turn up the volume on that. So eBay scored some points in my book, but the book that isn't really important is for a first-time reseller. They refunded my money for being dumb. I do appreciate that, though. It was important, and they did it. And so good for them. Right, folks? Good for eBay. So with that said, I wanted to start off the show with something positive. So that was that. Good on you, eBay. And then the second thing I wanted to talk about really quickly is another thing that we just located. We just came across. Basket Noodle should have warned me. Somebody should have warned us about this. So the question is, and I can't find policy in eBay referring to the use of VPNs in your eBay store. Now, just as a matter of coinky-dink, we started about 1 year ago having problems with eBay. We had the best June of our lives. We had the June of our lives. And this year, we might as well not exist on the planet of Earth. But last year we did we had the best June. And right about then I started using Google One VPN, which was free. And then the last year has sucked on eBay. But except for specifically March and April of this year, where we had a bit of a respite from terribleness. Can't tell you why that happened, but then May was the worst month on record on eBay, and June is definitely giving May a run for its money so far. And the question I have for you is, when you look it up online, 90% of the people say it's horrible. Don't use VPNs with eBay. They'll block you, they'll cancel your store, whatever. And then I find about 10 people that say it doesn't do anything. No eBay policy refers to at all. So I can't find any eBay policy referring to the use of a VPN. I don't think it's illegal. I don't think it's an issue. Question is, what do you think about VPNs? You actually see us? Hopefully I'm not talking to the chat and they're not there again like on Monday. The use of VPNs, is it good or bad when using eBay? I don't think it's an issue. I don't see how it could be at this point in life. Too many people use VPNs. I think it's probably an easy way to hide some fraudulent activities, or to a VPN is often utilized in the when you're doing bad stuff, is what I'm saying. So often scammers will use VPNs, but that most certainly doesn't mean that VPNs are bad. So, let me see here. So I said hi to you guys. Roro Major Win, good morning. Aloha. Freya's here and Biff Baffo's here. He wants his reseller news now. He doesn't want this crack in the crap stuff. So I'll play the very serious, important news. My voice will drop. I speak like Duke Nukem. I'm Duke Nukem, and I'm here to deliver your reseller news. Not tomorrow, but now. Welcome. Also, I'd like to take a second to say hi to Kevin Stoic. Aloha, Kevin's back. Mike Sellers, aloha, with 3 pokies. You can't go wrong there. Aloha, friends. Jen says, Major Win, aloha, everybody. Never get enough Primo games about a poke. Aloha, thank you. We said James, hello, with the...
It is I, James.
We did the audible. the audible on the James. Hello, we do have to go out to our box, and everyone's saying they got the cards, so it's probably sitting there waiting for us. We have to make a trip out there, a special trip, so we can check out the new cards from the great reseller life. Go check out his cards. I haven't seen this one, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say if you liked his first one, you're gonna like this one too. Silver hair stacker, aloha. Quirky picker Chad, aloha Chad. Welcome. Also, we see Amy, Nesbitt Experience, and Kent Hamilton. Oh boy, that was a big jump all of a sudden right there. I say Kent, and then the whole chat just went pop. What up, Pokey Spam and the Pokinator? Horn me. Larry Tremblay, you said you would like to take listings out of one store into another. You can do it by making a split screen, and click and drag works without cross lister. Yes, Larry, for sure. It's just with the 750 items. So it would be so slow to do it that way. I do it. We said do.
Poo-poo platter.
But we have done it and do occasionally do it when when we've listed it in the wrong one. We do that. But when it comes to 750 and I want to get it done fast, I don't want to take forever to do it. I got to use the software we're using now. I didn't like before. They've redesigned it. It seems good, but its functionality is still annoying where I have to interface with their customer service every single day, it seems. Part of it's ignorance on my part. And as you use it more, you do pick up like the nuances of it. But like items not coming, like new items that I have listed on eBay not being imported after you press the import button, like one of the issues that I had that required customer service, otherwise it wouldn't work. So I'm just not going to talk about them. I'm still very hopeful that TreeCat will employ, basically TreeCat is doing a lot of the things that the software already has. So I think that eventually functionality will all appear there. Who else we've got after Kent and Larry and Mike Seller and Rana? Gina's here. Aloha, Gina. Silverhair say that he doesn't use VPNs, but I don't think they would be a problem. They shouldn't be a problem this day in age. I mean, why should it be? But it can happen. Yes, Biff. Kermit has been upgraded to the permanent collection there. He is acrylic, but almost feels like a wool felt. He's from 1976, Fisher Price, model 850, and you just can't handle it. You can't handle the truth. Oh my gosh, I left Dusty Darth head up there too. I put Darth's head up there, and then if you can, I'm going to display him a little better because part of Darth's costume is Mork's suspenders here, which you can't really see. So this got added to the permanent collection, which used to sit over in a dusty area. And then this Kermit got added too. And yesterday we had a avalanche of merch, and we had to undo that big pile from let's talk about our last video for a second. Besides being a half hour late, I also fully doxed myself in that video. Name, address, phone number, everything. So you creeps, don't do anything with that information. I have blurred it out, but I had to take it down for like a day so they could run the blur and basically a big bomb video there. So if you have mercy on us and don't care about your life, go watch that video again so we get more views on it because we broke it. And I feel like we really paid a lot in suffering for that video because we really blew it like so many different ways. So anyway, maybe it just should sit there as a monument to.
Where's WTF with his unprofessional?
Yeah, WTF isn't even coming back. He's probably not even coming back ever again. He's German. The Germans only give you like 2 or 3 chances to be unprofessional, and they're like, out. Germany, out. Yes. So, and also Kermit does have the little hook and loop on his feet, and so he can like hold on to your arm, or we can place him. I just have to figure out a way to set him right so his head's down, not facing up. See, what are you doing to Kermit? You boxing Kermit now? Don't hurt him. And we just watched last night that new documentary on Jim Henson too, so that sort of solidified his place in our lives. That new Jim Henson doc. Judd, flip it.
Ain't easy.
Judd.
Poo-poo platter.
Our sales are poo-poo platter while his continue to skyrocket. That's fine. Excuse me. I feel like that would have been a salami burp had I had salami, but instead it was just a dry burp. Let's see. I'm just gonna. Okay, so that's just all hellos. Then I see James coming in saying, "Have you seen the new search option that seems to be rolling out? Hope it helps us all." I haven't, James. What are we seeing in the new search? I do have the new app on my phone where I can do research on my phone. That's relatively new, like a week or so. But what's it? Do you know what he's talking about, sweetie? No. The new search option. I wonder what it is. Quickie Picker says, so the whole music on eBay triggers you. What else triggers me personally? The whole music on eBay triggers me. Cat's up? Peas. What are you saying? Ketchup and peas? What are you saying? I don't understand. Those are the keywords that you don't like?
What trigger you? Peas.
Yes. In daycare, when I was in kindergarten and I went to daycare, and she was like, I remember as being like a sort of an obese Alice the maid. She looked like Alice. And I was hyperactive, very pretty critical, pinned hyperactive. And 2:30 came around and it was time for a nap. I wasn't doing that. And by the way, I also wasn't having peas. So my adult 54-year-old memory, it's verified, it happened, but I remember being on the kitchen floor because it was in a house. She's on top of me, straddling me, jamming peas into my mouth at 5 years old. So that's the kind of joy I solicited from people. They were like, "Oh, James, you're such a Jimmy, you're such a good boy. Let me cram your face full of peas. You need some greens." So yeah, peas trigger me, bud. How dare you even say that? But what else? I'm not sure what the hold music. I said that earlier. The hold music on eBay. Not triggered by it, but it is interesting that they have had the same hold music forever, and they most certainly. Wait, I think I have. Don't I have it here? The more you know. I've got so many sounds, and I can't find any of them. There's J-Lo if you needed to see her for a second. No, I have the dial tone, and then I have the worst hold music ever. And I thought, oh wait, here it is. So this is what eBay sounds like on hold. And I'm like, just update. I mean, I'm just saying update. We give you so much PL, you're just raking in the PL. Change the hold music. Kent loves me to be triggered. You know what's gonna trigger me? Kent, to the moon, Kent. Why I oughta. Let's see. What up, real estate? Well, he did say that then. After that, no, that wasn't. It was Quirky Picker Chad that said the trigger thing, not Kent. Sorry, Kent. Batting 100 already. Let's see. Mike Seller says VPN can mess with your location at times. I've noticed it when posting something to Facebook Marketplace. It definitely is it's a questionable thing. So question is could that have had at any time over the past year messed with my eBay? If you were to look it up, you will see 90% of it's a pretty discussed topic. And it does say if you people say they've lost their accounts by using a VPN. I do not think that's true. I think that as I recall, on our second store, we started the second store, we started using the second store, and we got a notice on the second store that said, due to fishy circumstances on this store, we have permanently closed your store. There's nothing you can do about it. do not contact eBay again. You know, that was the message we got. So what did I do? Called eBay. They turned the store back on. They needed to have, but they did think for a second that we were somehow fraudulent. They needed driver's license and the thing, you know, the stuff. So, and that was not using a VPN then, but I know they're constantly looking for a fraud. So the VPN may be one red flag. And, well, I'm using Google VPN called Google One VPN, which is actually somehow dying on June 20th. So I won't have to worry about that anymore, I guess, unless I get another one. Fracking the crap out of our lives. Major win. Yes. Denticor Depot. Aloha. My post office caught fire apparently after I dropped. Oh dear. Yay. Wait, should I be? No, I shouldn't be doing that. Huh? I should be using a more like that. That's bad, right? Also, what happened to your post office? Who burned it down? I would like to see the search option that looks like it may be rolled out to the whole site, hopefully soon. They acknowledge the search is AI and gives the option to search the old version. James is saying they're doing a revert. They're being a reversion.
That's what Photo Room is doing too.
Photo Room is doing it too?
People complain so much they're giving people to use the version 2.
Photo Room is giving the legacy version. So James is reporting here. When you want your reseller news now. When you need your reseller news later, but you want your reseller news now. I didn't vamp enough on that one. But that's awesome news. Okay, so at some point we're going to get a revert. Now, who's going to use that revert? All of us annoyed resellers are going to use it, but nobody who's actually shopping is going to use it. But still, it's going to be there, and that's awesome. So thank you for that. Amy says, I want to say thanks to Gina, who came to my second show on Whatnot. Thank you for your support, my friend.
I apologize already.
Yikes. Sorry. Me so sorry.
I'm following her now. And
Is it today? Was it today?
Yes.
Dude, Amy, I apologize. I did have a doctor's appointment. So that was legit. But thank you, Gina. Thank you for supporting our Amy on her second Whatnot show. Let's see.
WTF is here.
WTF actually made it here after last week's debacle. Thanks for returning, WTF. Giving us a third or fourth chance of being unprofessional. I guarantee you will see that again. James is going to be talking about it in today's video. Awesome. So sometime after we're done here, go check out James's video, which will be on soon. Stoic says, James, do we really have much hope when it comes to search? No, I mean, probably not, but anything's a slightly better than it's a drag when you look at that search and you're not getting all the information. But as a buyer, I mean, I love to buy stuff. I buy tons of stuff on eBay, tons of stuff that nobody needs, mostly people's garbage that we're going to have to refrac at some point. But that's fine because that's how we make this whole big blue marble of eBay work. Jen says, I am loving the photo tools with the eBay app. They work very nicely. Well, another props to the Bay. And we're going to give eBay props when they deserve it. And we're going to tear them a new A when they deserve that as well. And I think they're probably not doing, I think they have more negs than pauses currently. But if they're working it through, I'm going to give them that. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt because I don't have another choice anyway. Etsy's coming into view. And maybe a Whatnot auction at some point. I'm just not sure how we have a lot of records. I don't know. I have to do more research on the Whatnotifying because I need to see how much stuff sells for, which means I probably should go to some Whatnot auctions that are selling records and stuff. So Atari cartridges, I have 1 million of those without manuals. That would be a good choice. And there's going to be some records that I just want to sell. That might be a good choice too. We have the time to package because we're not packaging actual sales up. So Whatnot might work out properly. Please tell me more. Paul Rose wants to know, please tell me more with the copying listings. Does it end, transfer to another, and need to move a lot soon? So Paul, currently, let's see if anybody else is answering this. Let's see. Paul, so currently we're using, it's a tool I've used before to do this exact same thing when we started our second store. We subscribed to it for a month, we used it, and then we got rid of it. It did a couple of things that I hated.
I think he's asking Larry.
Is he asking Larry? Well, I'm going to answer it. I don't care. It's my show. I'm going to answer it. I'm still going to answer it because I didn't hear what you said. And because I was applauding myself. I am going to say that, so InkFrog is the thing I used. And if you make it, so one of the big problems I had with them is they put InkFrog HTML in every single listing. If you make a template and have all your listings be a template, use this template as your default template, and you just erase everything from that template, that solves problem one on there. But default, they try to put in an InkFrog logo on every single one of your listings. I will not have that. I will not tolerate that. And then the other thing they do, which is okay, is if you don't already have a SKU on your eBay item, they put a SKU in. I guess that's how they keep up with your items. Not a fan of that because now every single one of our 2,000 items has a SKU when the only ones that used to have it were the ones that needed it, but it's not a big problem. We can get over it. They don't overwrite your pre-existing SKUs though. So anyway, that's the thing I use. It was $29 for a month. I'll probably only be using it for a month. Then I'm going to move to somewhere else because I'm still not, liking the fact that I have to interface with the people. Sorry. I don't want to have to interface with customer service every time I do one thing. So let's look to the word wall here. Please tell me more on the copying listing. Spam says, Major Win has just started following Amy on Whatnot. Everybody should go do that. Go follow Amy on Whatnot. The Nesbit Experience on Whatnot. There's John saying, hope everybody is well.
Ain't easy.
eBay Life. Carl. Aloha, Carl. Late to the party. That's okay. Anytime we see you is good, Carl. Thank you. What? His book. Yes, go buy his book. Go buy his book on the eBay Life. But I guess if you go to, just go to his YouTube page. I'm sure it's there. Why wouldn't it be there? Right? It's got to be there. So go there and buy his book. And then Silver Stacker says, my sales are now looking at myself in the morning. Not getting any prettier, but not much different than yesterday. Yeah, the Juna. I want to sing with the Juna and a Juna in the spring. I want to sing. Not singing. Sales are not singing in June. I've done a lot of stuff. I've still got dynamic advertising on. Nothing. A big zip zilcho. So there's something different happening on there, which is the second part of my discussion here about prices. And it's not about prices. It's not about prices. So all my prices were good at one point. So I say adjust your prices. This is my big thing. This is my new thing that I'm talking about a lot is the prices are different. But the annoying part is prices are not just cyclical. They're whatever's happening currently in the economy, so it's a buyer's market versus a seller's market type thing. That's what we're at right now. So it doesn't even matter historically what the prices are on my items. Currently right now to get them to sell, I have to lower them. That's it. And it's not necessarily a race to the bottom, but if you take almost anything and you look it up on eBay and you sort it by the sold listings and then sort it by lowest first, you will see everything sells. everything sells. And then you can just scroll down until you see things stop selling. And that's kind of where the current price, not even the past 90 days, I'm talking about the past 30 days, prices are suppressed. Not suppressed by eBay. Prices are down across the board the last 30 days. Stomach, did you hear my stomach? I'm short and fat and Winnie the Pooh. I'm a regular poo over here. So anyway, what was my point? I was just saying everything sucks. Yeah. And I can say for sure it's not anybody's items. It's never been anybody's items. It is the price of your items, because I see a lot of sucky items selling. It's just the price. And that price will, I'm sure, go back up. But right now, prices are at rock bottom for the past 3 years. Like the rock bottom. And for the past 30 days is where the rock bottom is. I'm just seeing that. I don't know if that's across the board. It's for collectibles, because that's what I'm looking at. Are John's toilet seats down a little bit? They might be. They very well might be too. I don't know that for a fact though, because I didn't look it up. But I'm postulating that it may be a pretty across the board thing that items are. And I'm talking like they used to sell for 70, now they're selling for 60. Used to sell for 60, now they're selling for 30. I don't know. Things go up and down differently. But there's definitely everything that I've been researching has fallen in the past 30 days. What? Did you have something to say? Those horses? We're going to sell those horses. Somebody's going to buy those damn horses. Does anybody need some Breyer's horses to eat with your ice cream? I never even showed you my best item that I got last week. I showed it to the members chat, and which there will be one tomorrow. We'll have a members only chat. The heat up ice cream scoop, which is like the coolest thing ever. Because if anybody eats enough ice cream, you know that unless you keep washing that ice cream scoop underwater, it's a challenge. So just get a plug-in ice cream scoop, and then you can just scoop all day. Paul Rose is doing the hashtag attack. Yep, that's the third thing, right? Is that the third thing I was talking about? I think I said that somewhere.
On his second account. And then if it works, he'll do it on
Yeah, the hashtag thing is a very interesting concept that we talked about last week that some people have been Monday. Might as well be last week, though, right? On Monday, and hashtags, how they can help center searches in eBay shopping. See, I need to know all those little things, because everybody said if you use hashtags, they'll show up on Google. Yes, they do. But eBay shopping, you have to click on shopping first. So that was the little secret part that I didn't totally get. But it does seem to work, although I would say 90% of the items in Google shopping search from eBay did not have hashtags in the description. But we have anecdotal evidence from some, including Den Decor Depot, that those hashtags seem to be driving traffic from Google to the store or the item. So that's good. See, you can tell it's good because everybody's cheering. Is the Ovaltine Primo? Yes. I'm going to say yes. I mean, I don't even know if I had Ovaltine. I think I got a bottle of it once accidentally in a soda machine that still served, it was glass bottles, like Pepsi. Remember the short, like stubby glass bottles? And it had those, and I got a Bosco or a Ovaltine, and I drank it because you know how I roll. Everything goes into my mouth. That's food. Let's see. Silverhair says my sales. Oh wait, I already read that one. Ryan says finally getting around to posting my Memorial Day 100-yard mile sale video. Oh, good. Love to see that. Ryan at Ryan Resells, right? Is he Ryan Resells? His actual YouTube channel?
You can just type in Ryan in parentheses, I think.
Can you do it just like his name here?
That's how I found him.
That hold music is much better with shrooms. Yes. Well, I think anything is better with shrooms, isn't it? Biff Baffo says Jamie wrote that hold music himself, and he thinks it's magical. It is a magical song that will never, ever leave. Like, I was trying to think, isn't that the one that was there like 20 years ago? And then I remember when you used to call, which was the coolest thing ever, when GoDaddy came out, their whole music was all like new swing music, like Cherry Poppin' Daddies and Squirrel Nut Zippers, etc. Paul says, if we jacked up the site, you give views based on location. VPNs could mess with that. Yes. So to continue that, just to touch a little bit more. So my personal feeling about me doing VPNs, because I have this great, awesome ability, and that is to step outside of myself and just give it to myself. And I can be honest with myself about things like that. And the truth is, it probably is not the best practice to use a VPN if you read between the lines in eBay's policies. So they say you can't do certain things that will affect certain things. And I am wondering, because I feel like I'm getting totally clipped right now, sales-wise, could it be if there is a geographical spreading or a lighthouse effect or any of those kind of things, are we getting negatively affected because we're using a VPN because we can't be geographically completely isolated? Don't know. But that was kind of like more or less what the issue was that I was thinking could possibly be happening. Aloha, WTF. Yeah, eBay Life, it sounds like. Well, I can't wait to watch James's video here about this. I want to see that. So, but yeah, it could be the pooching of the searches being, they've been doing that a lot. I have never seen eBay backtrack so much as they have been very recently. And I put out a video. I would be the first to say that I was the first to say that all of our browbeating of them has to be, it seems like it's really, really hitting them. And I'm noticing it on every public interface they're doing. They are semi-apologetic, and saying we've gotten a lot of feedback that hasn't been awesome, critical feedback. So, maybe that's loosening them up a little bit. I feel like they only care about about the investors, but, happy investor, happy reseller, maybe. There's a saying in there somewhere. Biff says, I guess the dual search option is an acknowledgement the AI search is not ready for prime time. It's not. We're still teaching all AI. We're still teaching AI. This chat GPT is 4.3, right? It's not done. It's definitely getting better, though. But it's not done. Patricia, love Patricia. Patricia's saying Bambi and Mommy are leaving the woods now for the spring. That's awesome. And that's awesome that you get to see that. We live, because Vermont's rural, essentially, but we live in the biggest city. It's a 300,000 person, kind of a bigger spread of the biggest population center of Vermont. Half the state lives within 30 miles of us. But in our backyard, just this fall, I guess, or winter, we had a family of like 4 deer in our backyard. And our backyards are fairly big, but if you contiguous them, like, so where our backyard butts up to other backyards, it's kind of, yes, it is a big spread of open space, kind of. But they're hopping over our 4-foot fences like crazy. And they were definitely sleeping in our trees in our backyard. And then they had ticks that crawled into Pokey. A little bit. Just their head is left, but I guess Bridget said the head's out now. Jen's got 85 degrees. It's 85 degrees. Jen Decor is overrun with baby bunnies here right now. Don't step on the ground. You never know where the baby bunnies might be underground and you're squeezing them when you step. Don't step on baby bunnies. Biff says Noble gets to... Paul Rose says gets to hear from Josh that the price matching was only a test and has been abandoned. That has been abolished and abandoned, even according to eBay's own posts. Noble gets good money on his whatnot record auctions, but he's 100,000 YouTube subscribers and is beloved. So, so what you're saying, Biff, is we have no chance because we neither have 100,000 and we are not beloved. So appreciate that, though. Appreciate the straight talk. So we have no chance on whatnot. Poor Buns. We've got mad chipmunks here. Let's see. I'm almost got it. Okay. An adorable problem to have, bunnies. Yes, it is. No Primo with cross-lister as mentioned earlier.
He was talking to Larry.
Oh, okay, you were.
Doing it with the screens open.
Yes. Flippin' and Easy says, plus they create random business policies in addition to the Ink Frog, yes. Again, not happy with the product. Not happy with that product. I really like the product, John, that we have you have a much bigger, better relationship with them, but I have talked with them. So, and I just couldn't get it to do what I needed to do with the multiple accounts on eBay. So I had to choose something else. And, they're better now than they used to be, but they still have issues. So I can't recommend them at all. Oh, wait. And so, Patricia says, and sadly, there's a raccoon in my groundhog trap getting a friend to take it to another woodland. Oh, you got to have a heart. He's not just sitting there with his leg in a trap or something. Raccoons travel too, so hopefully take it far enough away so it does not return to your house. And Lag's doing peekaboo face. It's better than teaching it to swim. Yeah, right. Exactly. Than the drowning. Yes. Our neighbors over here, before they, because talk about being caught between generations, and how as a Gen Xers, we're very loving. Animals are very, we're overboard with the animals. So it's not, we don't think of animals as nature. We think of them as little babies. So we take them into our house and everything. And we moved in here 18 years ago, and our neighbor was in his late 70s. So he's from the 30s. He passed away now. But he used to say how they used to just, the cat would have a litter, just drown him in a bucket. Just put him in a bucket. Whatever. No big deal. And we were like completely appalled. Probably never looked at him the same again. Well, we just said, you are a murderer. But the truth is, first of all, Vermont animals, so it's much more akin to a farm. And then she was born in a barn, like literally, not literally. Just kidding. Right, sweetie? Look at your face. Seriously, we're all laughing right now. Can you hear the laughing? Let's see. Has Dynamic been hosing you on the rates? I can't say they're hosing me, Biff. Currently, and this is way different than it used to be. Currently, it's between 7 and 13%. I'm not saying which categories. I don't know. We haven't sold a thing on Dynamic. 3 days. I mean, we're getting like 145 sale. I have $13 in the account right now. So no, it's not working at all. So it's either they have it out for Primo. I'm gonna talk about myself in the third person here. They got it out for Primo, or it's just sucking. And I don't know. I think watching Josh yesterday made me feel very good that it's just sucking. But you would think that you would get some, something, a little something from if it has any value at all. Shouldn't we get some action? We do have 30 offers out. Right. If Dynamic, if promoting works, we should see something. If promoting works, we should get something. And so it's weird. Flipping and easy, markets for an item will change constantly. What sold 90 days ago might be selling at different price points today. Bottom line is your item is only worth what someone is willing to pay. John, I can't agree with you more.
Flipping ain't easy.
And even though our sales are poo-poo platter, we are going through and repricing everything. And the way I'm looking at it right now is it's micro. So I may be repricing these higher in 2 weeks, in a month. I don't even know. But these are things, I mean, we've owned these things for 20 years, most of them, except for the new stuff that you guys have seen. And the prices have only, gone up. So the methodology that I used when we had some good success, pretty darn good success in March and April of this year, I did a nuclear reset every single day, and I lowered the price by 1%. I think for the whole month of March, I did that. And then I got a little cocky, and I started raising the price through April. So that's really what I think led to our big downfall. So if I kept lowering that price every day by 1%, in 10 days, you'd be 10% lower. Again, go search anything on eBay, sold items. Search it from lowest price first, and you will just see green. You will see a whole lot of auctions, too. When I look at this, I'm like, holy cow, I need to be looking at stuff that sells 99 cents free shipping. You lost money on it. It's like a 5-pound item. I mean, there are so many opportunities to buy on auctions, but you have to look. Go search eBay for sold items. Just search for. So I looked up Garfield, and I couldn't prove my point, but I looked up Garfield watch, and it did prove my point. So it has to be a little bit specific where you're not getting tens of thousands of returns. Like, just narrow it down a little bit, and you'll see this phenomenon.
We'll look at Lag's comment next.
Lag's been buying a lot on eBay, storing away to resell in a year or 3. Right. Everything's cheap now. It's cheap. If I want to sell on eBay, I have to sell it cheap. If I want to sell, I must sell my items cheap. I'm talking to myself at this point, but that is the truth. Lower your prices, dude. Lower them. Okay, I will. Thank you. Just had a conversation. So that is and then you look at the next comment. Biff Boffo says, I have, and there's always an exception to the rule. And usually that exception to the rule is volume. So Biff sitting on 40,000 items, sales can suck, but he's got so many sucky sales that his suck sales fill his wallet full of money. But if sales were, if it was more of a seller's market, he would have much more money, but many more sales. And the same goes for James, I believe, is that he is being saved by volume. And we have so little volume. And I think Hayfro's also sitting on 8,000 items is enjoying a great time because he's got so many items. We never caught up with the items. And that is our main thing that we're doing right now. Trying to catch up with items. Get everything listed. Thanks, economy. Thanks, Bin Laden. What? Thanks, Bin Laden. Thankfully, the toilet seats have very consistent for us. Yes, I mean, it's great. You're doing that right now, John. I did ask earlier. Question though, are you noticing on the toilet seats, of which you have 6 million of? Is it going from 70 to 60? Like, are you noticing it even on the need items on your shower shitters? Are they selling for it like a little bit less right now than they did a month ago? I'd be very curious to know that.
I think the shower shitters are new.
Well, but no, he's the TTSG. He's the TTSG, the toilet seat guy. So he knows. He's cornered the market. He's got it. Now that's business. Am I right? Come on. I mean, we've cornered the market in stuff nobody wants. We're like, we're rocking it. Paul Rose says, there's no way I can constantly keep price checking on all my old items. I get nothing done, and 95% of them have best offer turn on. You know what, Paul? I don't think it's working. I think best offer is weird. I think sending offers out are either we're not sending them to the right people, or People are getting too many. They're ignoring them. I don't know. The best offer system isn't, I can't rely on it like I used to. So I think the best recourse for that is to have those prices at, instead of, okay, this is what happens. I look online. The current resale price for something is $80. I list it for $90. Why? Because I'm padding it for an offer. And I believe you can't do that right now. Not just currently, like in the today environment. So I'll leave best offers on, but I got to lower that price to a little bit like $1 less than the highest price for the equal item and equal quality.
But take off the dynamic then.
I don't know. I'm not going to take off the dynamic because nothing we're selling is precious. Everything we're selling right now, we bought for 50 cents and we're asking $25.
And can I just say something?
Yes, you may. Please say something. Save me. Yell.
The Celeste magazines that we sold.
The Celeste magazines that we sold. I'll transfer you.
That person.
Celeste? They weren't called Celeste. I know what you're saying. It was something. Cineleste or something.
Yeah. So that buyer obviously went and.
They can't hear you, sweetie, and this is probably annoying.
But the buyer went and is following all of our other ones. Why wouldn't they have just made an offer?
Okay, so what she's talking about is a situation where I sent an offer to somebody on 2 books. These books don't exist anywhere because they are bound editions of a magazine. And they were bound by the library that we got the stuff from. And there's actually receipts in there which show that they bound these magazines. Anyway, so we sold 2 of them. And then I'm like, I contacted the guy to upsell them because we had so many more of them. And I said that we would be happy to give you free discounted shipping if you wanted more of these. And then what was your point again? That he was watching them.
But that he's not making offers.
He's watching them, but not making offers on them. But I sent him offers because he was watching them. But he did not send us offers.
Which is so weird because he already bought 2 from us.
Gave us positive feedback saying I would definitely buy from them again. Then he went and watched all of our books. I assume it's him. Actually, we do assume it's him. And nobody else wants these. Just one guy on Earth wants these. And he's over by you, Biff, sort of. He's in, I think he was in Petaluma. No, Tiburon. He's in Tiburon. So he's probably got a Porsche. He's into film. And he wants these, like, film industry magazines that are bound. Really nice binding, too.
I just feel people are shy about
And people are shy to make offers. So if you can if I can lower my price to a point that will get the shy bees who are just like, okay, that's a good price. I don't haggle. There are a lot of people that don't haggle. And so immediately by pricing it higher than the going rate, padding for offers, you're excluding non-hagglers. So what we're doing is trying to include, trying not to disclude any buyers at all. So that means lowering the price and realizing that we may have to raise it in the future. And Paul, when I'm lowering the price, I'm lowering everything. So again, everything in our store, I mean, there must be some, there must be some exception to the rule. But for the most part, we're talking about 50 cents into $25 items. For like 95% of our items. So if we lower 20% off the price, we pay 20%, we pay $12.50 final value fees and another $12.50, 25%. And we give 20% offers, that's 45% off of a $20 item. Jesus. $20 item. So that means I can't do it. It's too much. So it just means that we might get half the money. So that means $25 down to, it won't be $12.50. Yeah, almost $12.50. It would be like $14 on a 50-cent investment. Is that still okay? Yes, it is. I'm very happy with myself. I just gave myself some horns. So I don't want $14. Let me get that clear. I want $25 per record. That's what I want. You know why? Because I want to sell 10 of those a day. I want to make $250 and I want to be rich. $25 means I can go to Costco anytime I want to and possibly take a trip out of town. Not to Hawaii, but to like Montreal or New York City or Boston or somewhere. Nothing crazy. We could probably go to Florida because Florida's cheap. But yeah, $250 a day is ideal. That's our target. We're nowhere close to that yet. But if we encourage people by lowering the price enough to get to where they feel comfortable offering, you know, they feel are not offering but buying, just click buy. So that's where we need to be. That's where we're going to be. So anyway, we do it across the board, the whole store, except for the few things like the Apple computer stuff. Felt like I talk about that a lot, but that's it, my dudes and dudesses. It's price right now. It's price. If you're not enjoying sales, it's price. It's not your stuff. It's never been your stuff. I want you to go. I have a whole thing that I could talk about. I'm not going to talk about right now. I've been doing some research on people on YouTube, eBay resellers, and look, I just wanted to see, you know, Josh pointed out, you know, some things yesterday that, nothing new, but just, you know who people are, or take everybody's, offerings with a grain of salt. But listen to me 100% of the time. And I think that's really smart of you because I love to walk into landmines. So if anybody's going to do it, I'm going to walk right into it. Don't just follow my footsteps until I blow up. Let's see. There's no way I can. Oh wait, I already read that one. It's a little chunky. Yeah, it is. It's chunky. There's just a lot. You got to click a lot. You just got to click. I want everything to be on completed items and it's clunky, but I did get it. I used it for the first time yesterday. I had to update my app and I did use it. I mean, it worked, I guess. Jovial says, would the Spam 2 mannequin head fit on the Snoopy Globe stand so you can keep an eye on us all? Yes, probably. And we can make it glow, and it will glow. It'll be like a mood spam, so you can tell how she's feeling. Dendicor says, I think we're literally near the bottom with the economy. Inflation stayed steady. Gas prices are dropping. If the Fed cuts rates like they will in September, it's rally on. Yes, that's what we're hoping for. I mean, if anybody can expect this year to be anything normal, I do not expect that. I do not expect it. So anything that goes normally or in our favor, I welcome and celebrate. Oh, what a feeling. Gas prices dropped by 5 cents. 5. I said 5. eBay Life says, I guarantee eBay will fudge the external traffic figures when you gain more traffic from hashtags, though. Yeah. The figure fudging goes on unabated over at the Bay. Excuse me, I have to. And I'll have a little more coffee. And now we're getting to the second hour. The second hour I have to lean in because my eyes get like really blurry after an hour looking at this stuff. And if I go like this, the actual text italicizes. It's weird. Biff says the feds are putting on the rate cut. Wasn't one possible this week? It was, but I think they met and they were putting it off till fall, I think. But they weren't. They were saying it's. I think they were bullish on it being in fall, as opposed to being bearish on it being in the fall. They're thinking that it might not be in the fall, but now they're thinking it will be in the fall. Sometimes I hear some stuff. Ryan says SNZs. I'm not sure what those are. eBay Life Denicore Depot. Check out the spike of the first 3 days and look back. I guarantee they shave them right back off. Yeah, so your last 3 days of impressions and occasionally page views, although page views are less affected. But your last 3 days of impressions will be like, look really great. And then the next day they fall off to just the normal. And we're still at that 150,000. So we're not even with using promoted listings dynamic. We're not getting more traffic either. I mean, sales aside, we're not getting any more traffic. In fact, we're getting cock-a-doodle traffic. Wow, they really clumped us. Well, actually, I think this is... Oh, look, they said, how satisfied are you with the traffic page in Seller Hub? I can't fill this out right now, but I wish I could. Let's look at that for really quick. I think that's a fun little thing that I'm looking at here. I'm double checking for doxing. I am so bad at that. Okay, that looks clean, right? Is this a clean? Do we have a clean? Okay, so check this out. So this is where we were. Go in. Okay, we can only go that far. So I gotta take this. I gotta take that, and then we go in. No. Hold on, I'm just trying to make it so you can see this whole page. Chrome. I'm doing stuff. Trust me. There we go. Okay. So if you look at this, you can see that. So before, and you can, if you see this little line, this is the previous month. So everything was just going along like this. And such a tickle in my throat. And so it was the same until these are nuclear reset days. And you see we get about 125,000 impressions per day. If you did a nuclear reset, that's what you got. Down here, whatever, the equivalent page views or the connected page views. So anyway, so if I forgot to do a nuclear reset, you'd see it drop way down here. And then right here is when I stopped doing nuclear reset. On June 1st, I guess. And that's when our sales kind of got the same as May, really. You can see this first one, and then the second day, I did not reset it here, but it popped up. And then you can see all these days. Then I turned on promoted listings. And then finally, although this is impressions, Carl, this 4th day is all pinned right up here. But I bet you tomorrow this big spike right here will be way down here. So without doing the nuclear reset, I'm getting nowhere near the number of impressions. We're also getting nowhere near. We're getting less page views too since the 1st of June, since I haven't been doing that. Okay, right here. Yeah, you see that? And then the final metric is the sales, and you can see this is our sucky May. That's one item a day, as you can see, one item a day in May, all the way through. It was just awful. And then when we get to June 1st, we sold a really expensive Apple computer, which, any one of these could be expensive items, but they weren't. I'll just tell you that. And we did sell one here, and then 0 days just sort of go without saying. So the 0 days are happening after dynamic, after not doing nuclear reset, after. So if that impresses you, then I'm sorry, because it's really depressing. Don't look at that anymore. We're back. But again, let's just go back to Lag's point. I've been buying a lot on eBay, storing away to resell a year or 3. Everything is cheap right now. It's the only way to sell your stuff right now is to go cheaper and also be a buyer right now, because for the exact same reason. That's the way to offset your sales having to be crappier to get them to go. You got to lower your prices. Well, remember, everybody else has got to do that too. So go buy stuff. Go search right now your favorite thing on eBay. Sort it by sold, sort it by lowest first. Look at how much some people paid for your favorite thing. It's shocking how many auctions went for a $50 item. Go search Garfield phone. They sell for $80 all day long. $80. There's one on there for 99 cents free shipping. Even if it didn't work, it doesn't matter. Buy it, sell it for $40. It's 99 cents free shipping because the guy who sold it is not good at eBay. So it's time to, that's the only way to offset the cheapening that you have to do to your own stuff. I mean, that's how I'm seeing it in the current environment with collectibles, not with clothing. But Kevin Stoic, if he's still around, we did buy some clothes, and we wanted to show them off to you on Monday, but you weren't here. But we did buy some clothes, and we'll make money on them. We bought a Patagonia jacket with tags on it. That's right, Cinchilla, women's shelled chinchilla in like coral pink or something. But it's like brown on the outside with like a salmon color on the inside. Anyway, with tags, it's like $100 or more, maybe even. Did we put that up on eBay yet?
What?
Did we put anything on eBay? Any of the clothing? We haven't. We haven't even gotten to it yet. We need to. We're redoing our systems now too. I'm gonna have to list stuff, and that's just not what I want to do. I want to sit here and tell her what to do because I'm the boss. Pull it over, Spam says. You're drunk. Pull it over. I'm not the boss, is the point there. Where's Jack is in the house. Aloha, Jack. Let's see. Oh, Biff says keep punting the rate cut. Yeah, that's what he said. Scroll down. Biff says, I think eBay simply considers your zip code of record for your location. Could they be more sophisticated than that? And Biff, I think often we give them credit for being more sophisticated than they are in general. With the AI, with everything. They are sophisticated, but I think we think they're more sophisticated than they are for sure. So I think it's probably pretty fair to assume that your zip code is your main issue because they run eBay Mobile. You could be anywhere with eBay Mobile, and of course they're not checking for a VPN on eBay Mobile. So I assume that probably it doesn't hurt you, but I think it could. I think it could be a red flag if they mix together a couple other red flags. It could get you busted, but in general, it's not an issue. That's sort of what I'm thinking. Dragu Artworks, aloha. Hi, Primo, Spamela. Hi, Pokey-Poo. Aloha to you. Let's see. Pokey is the little guy. Primo is the little guy growing up. He's spending less time on Primo's lap. No, he's fully lap bound right now. So he doesn't. And when he sleeps right next to her, he's curled up. We have a little bed in between us, and like several times during the night, he comes and swirls up in between us, and we like hug him, and she's like necking with him all night.
Oh God, that's gross.
Yeah, you are gross.
Look at his ears.
Your love for him is gross. Look at those ears. Can you guys see those little flop ears? So those are sleepy ears. They don't sit straight up, and it's usually one flop down and one's up. He's like full normal, the world's cutest cat, but he's a dog. Paul just, Dendicor says, my mom always accused me of being born in a barn. Yes. I say that about her. I'm not talking about my wife. You can't get me to do that. How dare you? But yes, she's totally born in a barn. There's no doubt about that. I think a lot of people here in Vermont are born in a barn. Don't tell her. I'm. Did you just bonk me in the head with Fido Dido? I am an organizing matrix master. I am a tetracycline. I have tetracycline in my blood. I'm an organizer to the point of ridiculousness. I organize, and then when it's organized, I go, I'm going to reorganize the organization. I love organizing. I love being organized. Rarely does that come to full fruition in this home of learned doctors. The only action I've had today was a $10 offer. And also, Paul says he dropped his promoted listings down to minimum today. My strategy may be backwards. Yeah, and again, I don't think it's not the promoted listing, guys. It's your prices. I mean, I'm saying that. That's my thing right now. And I don't think it wasn't a month ago. It may not be in a month. It's just right this second. Price is everything right this second. And I also had the same thing happen on Facebook Marketplace. I had some chairs for $120. These chairs are worth $300 easy. They were ladder back, black lacquered chairs from Italy. They're very ragey right now. They're kind of hip right now. They're Depeche Mode, right? And so I had them on for 120. I lowered them to 90. Sold. Boom. Done. Let's go. Next. 2 people came in. And it was just, and it's the vibe of the numbers too. I'm really big in, I'm not a numerologist. I'm just saying, if you're putting 0.99 on your items, all those sort of psychological tricks, I believe in those. So, and when I look at numbers, I want to see certain numbers. 90 is way more attractive than a triple digit number of any sort. But it's still 90, which makes me feel better. So by finding the right number that makes us all feel better is how we make things move. And right now, it is not summer slowdown yet. June is not summer slowdown. July is. Promoted listings are on dynamic right now, so it can't be that. The only thing is price. And when we do lower prices, we do see things sell. So, yeah. Meh. Dendecor is saying, I still stand by the site code is broken more than anything else. I mean, it's been hacked. It's a hacked site code. And what is the site? It's a search engine. So if the search engine gets modified beneficially at all, that's good. I didn't even have any food today. How am I burping? I did have a lot of coffee today. True that, folks. Wow, it's nice out there, isn't it? In it. Okay, what else do we have? Is Callie Debs here? Did we say hi to Callie Debs yet? Look at that! 95 degrees in the greater LA basin. Callie Debs reporting from the West Coast. Flippant, I checked. No change in pricing so far. Very consistent with my recent sales. Thank you for checking, John. Appreciate that. And okay, that's good to know. So really, the price we could say, if we were following my hypothesis, that the collectible market, which has been getting hammered over this past year anyway. So is it really a surprise that the collectible market is down right now with the current financial economy environment thing? But people who are nerds who want their stuff are still going to buy their stuff. I mean, we bought like a ridiculous amount of old candy containers not too long ago. It's just, if you've got them, and that guy was bent over backwards to make a deal with me, but I had to ask for it. He wasn't offering it to me. So again, I want to make it as buying stuff from me doesn't preclude any buyers. So that's what we're doing. Biff says, when I have good sales, I tend to price new items like I'm the Mac. That's what I do too. I totally do that. Then I see the prices later and I know he must have been delusional from a sales streak. That's exactly how I do it, Biff. And I know I'm suffering from that. So a lot of the prices that I put on these things are from, they're old prices. So, and then Yeah, and then occasionally I get cocky when sales are good, and I'll even raise everything by 10%, and I've done that. So probably deserving. The best thing I did was lower everyday prices. I did the nuclear reset and lowered prices every day when I did it. Over 15 days, 20 days maybe, in the beginning of March, and sales followed. Then in April, I started going up in price. May was a disaster. So I don't know. What do you guys think? The pesky kids think it was, they've solved the mystery. Guys, Deb says, I think that the problem is eBay when sales are great on other on other platforms. Yeah, but you just gotta have the prices, because people look at eBay. I mean, people still look at eBay. Sucky sales suck even when sales suck. It sucks to run sucky sales. Yes, it totally does. I bought a new modem, 56K modem. I'm hoping to uplink to you at some point. You have a popsicle? The show's not even over. I can't have a popsicle. You're just going to go bust out a popsicle? Man. You're getting uppity. We're in a school popsicle phase right now, where it's fudgesicles and creamsicles. We're in a phase. Jack says, aloha, Jack. Here's the thing. I have records I want to sell at $5, but not on eBay. That's not a good thing. Yeah, you can't make any money. So I have them at $8.99, but I'm putting them on Discogs. I have a minimum purchase of $10 there. So you'll get at least get 2 sales there. But is Discogs allow for for offers and stuff? I'm not sure how their platform runs exactly. And I said that John has cornered the market, and Silverhair says he has ovaled the market. Toilet seats don't have any corners. Hilarious. Jack says, I can put cheap stuff on Discogs easily, as the customers have to buy that $10 minimum. And the listing there is so much faster than in eBay. I'm after the $10 to $25 items now. That's what we're looking for. I've sold one thing on Discogs, and it wasn't even technically on Discogs. Like, I sold it for like $150. It was an album from a band called Orbit, Libido Speedway. And I had it from when I worked at the radio station. The band had signed it. And for some reason, this guy was a Libido Speedway lover, Orbit lover. And I saw a year-old post on Discogs that said he's willing to pay $150 for this record. And I contacted him because his contact information is on Discogs. So it was a full just over the internet. And he sent me money, and I sent him a record, and it was how true commerce should be. And I would have been happy to pay a little bit to Discogs too, but it wasn't part of the equation for me to pay Discogs. So I thought that was great. Basket noodles here. Hello, he says. He must be French. Hello. Oh, well, that's more like hello, governor, right? Paul Rose? You couldn't even tell. I have a couple good, I can do like John and Paul separately, but if I try to do it and think about it, then I can't do it. All right, then. All right. That's like, I think that's my Paul, but it's not very good. I'm not going to even embarrass myself with doing the John yet. Remember that show, LOLO, though, Paul? That was right after Faulty Towers. That was in that Faulty Towers period. Some of the best TV ever for hilarity. Jack says, and I did get that antique booth. So I can sell lots of cheap CDs, cassettes, vinyl easily to prep and stock for the booth. That's awesome. John says, when you say you're using dynamic, are you using suggested rates? I am not even setting a maximum, John. I'm not setting a maximum.
That's awful.
It doesn't even matter. So currently, the dynamic is between 7 and 13%, which is, from what last time I used dynamic was last June. And that was our best sales of any June ever in history of the world. And that was also dynamic with no cap. So doing that again, hoping for something like last year, which won't happen, but not even but so out of everything we've sold with promoted listings since we turned it on June 1st, so 10 days ago, we spent about $6 in promoted listing fees. Maybe more. I'm probably... We sold like 3 items on promoted listings. A couple items on organic too, which is also weird, but I'm not going to argue with that. So I'm not worried about it. Again, not worrying about it. It's not ideal, but at this point, if I have 50 cents into an item, $5 is a lot of money. I won't take $5, but I will take $15 for my 50-cent item when it's listed at $25 right now. And I will list it currently, go through all my items and get a vibe for the prices and lower everything either that much or do, as I just said, that 1% a day. I mean, right now we're kind of at a critical point where I really need to make a bigger move than that. So I might just go down 10% right now and then start going down 1% a day. Not doing a nuclear reset because the traffic is irrelevant. Doesn't seem to be driving sales either. So that's where we are. Tiburon is the ultra rich. Yes, everybody gets a, my Porsche's dirty. And they just take another one out of the Porsche vending box. Everybody's got a Porsche in Tiburon. Tiburon Tommy's was a tiki joint way back in the day. Paul Rose, I do whatever I can. Generated a sale the other day by engagement. Had a low ball counter. Next day, messaged him with the lowest. Sold. But these are already low price, like pulling teeth. Yeah. 50 cents to $14 abstively. That's a good word, right? $25 bad citizen. Right. Are you saying that that seems accurate? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying there. Paul Rose says, Primo, don't ever lower everything. This is a family show. Yes. I don't have pants on right now. No, I don't have pants on. I don't wear pants in my house. What do you think I am? Some sort of a weirdo? The second I get in the house, the pants are off. It's a pantsless party in here. And when people come over to visit, I have to run and find my pants because I don't remember where I put them. Do you know where your pants are? Biff says $50 into 14 is okay if the shipping is close to effortless. Yes. So when I say something like 50 cents is a 45 record. 50 cents. And to be honest, 40 records are pretty labor intensive to package. So you just have to do a couple hours and make all the cardboard pieces, and then they're like the easiest thing to package. But you do have to put that little bit into making the squares, your 8x8 squares or whatever. Dragu Arts, I get mad when buyers expect you to basically give your stuff away, but stupid eBay still makes all their fees. Yeah. And right now, it's just that way. Prices are just down, except for toilet seats. Prices are down. Collectibles are collectibles. Books, records, CDs, everything that's not selling right now is what I'm counting. The rest of our AFX cars and our Star Wars figures haven't sold for a little while. Thank you, Major Win, for purchasing Snaggletooth the other day. Let's see. Jack says, Florida is cheap, but the meth addiction you come back with makes up. But think of how sexy I would look, Jack. I would just be all ripped. Well, I mean, I'd have to get some steroids too. But I go down there and get a bunch of the blue stuff and some steroids. And then and I would be number one reseller. That's it. That's the ticket. Kent says, sell your Jerry West. Who's Jerry West? I'm sorry, my brain's dead. I know who he is.
A basketball player.
Oh, I don't have any. Kent, I don't do sports ball. I don't do the sports. That's another reason why I'm not selling anything, because I don't do sports ball, and sports are hot. Dragu Arts, the whole situation's make me say the F bombs a lot. It does. Did you see Josh yesterday? Josh was like, had a profanity laden live yesterday, and that was pretty refreshing, actually. I like that. Paul Rose, I'm not advising anyone. It's not going well on my end. Just trying all I can and hoping for improvement. I'm sorry, Paul, but we're here with you. We're here with you, and we can say, you can say it's the summer slowdown if you want, but our historical thing has never been till July.
Well, it's
Summer slowdown, economy, weird year. One of the most, this is one of the most substantial years politically that we've, this is a big year. And I think people just might be a little less in tune. While you think they might do some therapeutic shopping, they might not be buying 45 records. But I've got I got some good stuff out there still in the 45 department. B Nude says, I don't tend to hold out. Profit is profit. Some of my stuff I've had for ages. ROI is insane. And that's why it doesn't really matter how far we lower our prices. Our ROI is still going to be thousands of percents, right? And especially if you include the stuff we got for free, because according to my super genius mathematical skills, that is 1,000,000% profit, possibly infinity. It's possibly infinity percent profit. 0 items. Because you can't multiply 0 by anything. It's still 0. So in order to get up, you'd have to infinity it. Infinity power. Come fall, normal leave stage left as retailers enter stage right. Normal leave stage left. I see what you're saying, yes. Major win back from my work meeting. Did we get all the reason community problems solved, or is it just the bragas? Yeah! We solved it all. Major win. Just lean back and rest on your laurels. Sweetie, can you put down on the buying list? We need new laurels. All of our laurels are worn out. And laurels are those, laurels are bay leaves, right? Aren't they bay leaves? I don't know either. But I picture laurels are the, Grecian, leaves that you put around your head. I always thought those were the laurels. But I think laurels, for some reason, are bay leaves. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just literally making stuff up at this point. More coffee is the answer. Oh, sweetie, please. Sweetie, may I have some more coffee? Please, sir. May I have more?
drinking more coffee in 90 minutes.
More? More? Look, I'm a fish that needs coffee. More? More?
No.
Please. Please don't leave me hanging.
You're making Siri come on and say, Mama? Mama?
What?
Look at Siri.
Siri.
And she's coming on, Mama? Mama?
Is that how you trigger Siri? Is Mama? She responds to Mama?
No, when you say it 20 million times, yeah.
Oh, sorry. So sorry. SNZs was squirrel nut zippers. You mentioned it 30 minutes ago. Yeah. Thanks, Ryan. I'm behind in chat. He mentions that. Dendicor Depot. Never walk into the USPS store wearing superconductive underwear. Oh, that's what happened to his post office. It just spontaneously combusted. Today on Biff Boffo, remember what was that? Fran Tarkenton and the lady and the other guy, and they were all on That's Incredible. And remember when the spontaneous human combustion came on, and we were all like, No, that can't happen for real. And what was cool, what came on right after that? We all know what happened. Right after that came, we're not playing that yet, but The Muppet Show. Oh man, Jerry West did just die. Oh, that stinks. Like the guy. I don't know him, so I don't even know. Was he a Jerry West? Was he a coach at this point? Oh yeah, total coachy man. June 12th. He died today. Holy cow. Well, off to the big court in the sky, Jerry. So let's see. I can send you a screenshot of what hashtags are doing. That's cool. No, I know we totally believe you on that, and are actually implementing it. Oh, okay, and implementing that too. I mean, it's not going to hurt. And I know Biff Boffo's doing it. If Biff Boffo's doing it, then it can't hurt anybody. 2070-10. Am I right? And Biff is saying impressions and page views are in the dump. I'm wondering if they had another bot problem, so they had to. That's why we're seeing lowering of impressions and page views, even though they were always low. They just appeared to be higher. This is a little the aqua-colored Stoke coffee, which is, I think it's bold brew or something. We're so cheap. We're so we go there and buy the, obviously when things are a rage at the store, I focus on rages. I see a rage like cold brew coffee. There's a huge section of cold brew coffee from Starbucks and Stoke and all these other companies. So I know, well, that must be cool. I'm going to try that. Have you ever looked at the frozen pizza aisle in the grocery store? It used to be like two different pizzas. It was like, the Baron, what's his name? The Baron there, where when you're lonely, you have dinner with the Baron. He comes and has dinner with you. And then there was like another one. I can't remember. Tony's microwave pizza. That's all there was. Now there's like 500 different pizzas, and at least one of them that we had was good. I think most of them kind of probably still suck. But Jerry West liked frozen pizza, sweetie. Okay, this did have something to do with the chat. You see. Like that, don't you?
Can you just for a second stop? And at the very bottom, there's somebody new.
4TP. Aloha, 4TP. Let's see. I'm going to try to get your thing without having it jump. Also, for collectibles that are not rare, borderline flooded, eBay has all the others promoted and suggested on your listings. It's force raised to the bottom now. That's a very true statement. I don't want to use that term "rush to race to the bottom" because it's not like the Amazon race to the bottom kind of thing. I have some. Our collectibles are maybe in flooded categories like vinyl records, but the records we have, there aren't that many. Some of them are, yes. So if I go and look and there's 35 different other offerings on eBay, that's, I'm probably going to want to lower that one a little bit more. But a lot of our 45s, there's only 2 or 3 available. And those people have like $60 price tags on them. So we're running at 25 and people aren't buying them. So we know that pricing is a huge problem on eBay. And those who are doing pricing right are probably having awesome sales. That's what I'm going to guess. Biff, I am not, excuse me. I am not stopping the reset, just the nuclear reset. So I can't do it every day. Could I shift to, so obviously we were off last week and we're still in the middle of that craziness right now, which is the transferring items, going through every single item and making sure it's right and it's just written the right way. We have a total of like 2,000 items, so that takes a little while. And I haven't started implementing, but my next reset I was going to do on Thursday, so tomorrow, so that it's ready for the weekend, get that high impressions. Maybe even Friday I should do it because most of our sales come in Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I figured doing the reset right at the beginning of the day, our good sales start, would probably be a good way to do it. It's just that doing it every day and doing all. So I've never done a partial reset. I've only done the entire store each time. So that may be the next move, is just to do partial resets a little bit every day to increase that first day hit to your store. Even if it's only 100 items, it's still giving you a boost to the other items a bit. So again, not stopping it, just the daily nukes. Ryan is saying, Ryan has 3,000 listed, 55 million views, 8,600 page views, and 831 sold in the last month. Now, when you say something like that, I mean, it's totally true. But in my world, I can't do that because I don't sell cards. So I can't sell 831 items ever. If I sold cards or postcards or something like that, I could. But my lowest price item is, there's a couple of dumber items that are low, but in our main store, our lowest price items are going to be $20. And those are records. So a card collector might buy 10 items, right? Am I right? They might buy 10 at a time. So unless we sell cards, we can't do that. And by the way, James has a new card out. Okay, let's see. I knew it was going to do that. You son of a gun. Oh, major win. Dang. What the? Jeez. Okay, there's just a lot of words. That's all. I'm just shocked at how many words there are. Why am I always half hour behind? Half hour seems to be like where it just sort of naturally, like my hair, it just stops growing at a certain length. That's the chat, just like keeps me a half hour behind. I do see Dragoo knows the truth. Yes, Spammy is the boss. I'm writing about the same as I did last year. I was up 25% last year. That was from Ryan. Lag says keep stocking up your store. This holiday sales will be better. I totally agree, Lag, and you can't sell them if they're not up on your store. That's as old a rule as any. Let's see. My conversion rate is also high. Always sits between 8 and 10%, and that's it. You're sitting in a hot category. That's why, for sure, on that. John says eBay is more concerned with your shipping from the location your listing are associated with. This is the one way they can determine if you are drop shipping from multiple locations. So you think that's the telltale? That's more of the telltale thing, is if your sales are postmarking from the same place, then you're not going to have a problem at all. That totally makes sense, John. Thank you. Actually, that makes hyper sense. We're gonna have a little J-Lo with no noise. That's our celebratory J-Lo. I could put on the. See, J-Lo's popping out the chat to the match game music here. When your wife gives you a banana, you like to put it in the blank. Am I right? Thank you. It's an adult show today. That's your zip code is used by eBay. Okay, so that totally makes sense because that's a critical thing that's almost impossible to fake. If you're shipping from multiple location, they might get it. I get it. Yes, Jen, I'm an organizing maniac, but it's really to say that it's almost debilitating because I will I'll prioritize organization over a lot. Mostly because I get completely I shut down when it's too messy. Wah, wah. So I have to pick it up. I just got to. If your shipping is consistent, they probably want to flag your account. If it varies, then they might. They flagged me in 2019 when I forgot to change my old zip to my new one, and you were shipping from two different locations. They felt like you were shipping from two different locations. That's great. I'm just gonna jump down a little bit here. Listing quality report. It's on our traffic page. John, let's see. Jen says 80% of the time I drop off a different zip code, but it's the same one. I drop off at a different zip code, but it's the same one. I mean, if you're dropping off like one zip code over, I'm sure that's not going to ring too much of a bell. But if you're shipping from New Jersey and Burbank, then that could be an issue. John saying to Ryan at the time they sent me a strange message that somewhat accused me of drop shipping. I had to supply invoices, so you got caught in that little thing. And Callie Debs is here. I push 6% conversion, and it ranks me in the top 10 for my categories at 6%. I noticed that our other stores, our conversion rate is way up, like 2% on our crappy store. But again, that's over the past 31 days. No sales there for 5 days. But still, it's saying up, I don't even know, a whole point on our conversion rate. Callie Deb sold a book for $740 on Etsy. There were people who have money out there. Well, the people with money have money. So if you can build a business catering to them, you will never ever have an issue. And that's true. Now, in every circumstance, wealthy people they pull back and they don't spend when other people don't spend at the same time. But they're also more likely then to cha-ching on a big purchase like a Ferrari or something. That's kind of what they do. They don't buy stuff when stuff is too high. So when the rent's too damn high, they don't do that, but they'll buy a Ferrari because it's Ferrari time. Good vintage needs to be on Etsy. Ours is coming over there. Ours is coming over for sure. I'm just jumping down a little bit past back and forth conversations. Maybe I can make it to the bottom. Curious Collection saying, when everybody else is down, we feel better about sucking too. Well, feel good today. Feel good today. And I think that if I was to be a person who was very impressed with my own mouth and words that come out of it, I do think that today, the two important things, one thing people aren't going to necessarily appreciate, but I think is super, super true, that pricing is like a weekly thing. Currently, in this current environment, pricing is weekly. Monthly, maybe. For sure, if you do it by the week, I think I'm going to have much better results from really looking at the number, at these numbers. I mean, a week, like Paul Rose said, it's impossible to go through 2,000 items, but I can drop stuff. I can drop everything by 10, 20%. I'm really not losing that much at all. What I'm losing is not making sales. And then the other thing is go check out your favorite things on eBay or things you like to resell that have sold. Then arrange it from lowest price and some of you probably are like, duh, that's how you buy stuff on eBay. I know that. But just go look at it. And I think people are surprised at how much stuff that you sell for good prices you can find in the sold list at the lowest price. And they're all going to be auctions because people are still doing auctions for some reason. And if you focus on buying right now at the same time, you can actually be technically buying well and making up for the need to having to lower your prices right now. I think that's genius. Am I genius, sweetie? Gonna need you. Both hands. Both hands. Thank you. I felt that. I didn't feel like you were actually putting a lot of energy in that, but then when it happened, I was like, yeah. Oh, you're sleeping. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness. We have a Bluey. Hello, hello, hello. Major win. so behind the chat. Should I just jump to the end? Do you guys mind if I'm just up to date a little bit? I feel like I should be a little bit up to date here. And yeah, I mean, there's good stuff here. I see genre at the top. When I jump down to the bottom, this is just at the top. The term racing to the bottom is more along the lines of Amazon, where you have multiple items and you're consistently lowering your prices to get the buy box. Yes. And you're also buying replaceable items. So you got thousands of them, you got a lot of them. So that's the race to the bottom. It certainly lowering your prices. Everyone's going to want to lower their price a little bit more on eBay too, but there's just not that. Like I said, I'm not selling something at 25. Somebody's got it up there at 60. So, they're going to not sell it like 3 times worse than I'm not going to sell mine. But guess what? If I lower mine to 15, then it sells. So it's just the way it is right now. It's just the way it is.
Major Win is asking.
Yes.
They said that they have to go to the UPS store later to get Snaggletooth.
Yes.
Should we do an unboxing, Primo?
Yeah, do an unboxing. Do that unboxing. I wanna see that. And we're good packagers. I mean, I made him like a little bed, and he's got like a little pillow and a little bed in there. No, I didn't do that. But it would have been cute. But don't worry. You're not going to be disappointed. I don't think so. Where was that? Where was Major Win? Oh, wait, here. Please, sir, I want some more. Okay. Yes. I was in, I did do Oliver. I remember doing Oliver, and at first I wore a top hat. I was the main guy. And then I got super self-conscious. This is like in 4th grade or something. And I ended up being like one of the orphans. But I was supposed to be the guy that Oliver says, "Can I have some more?" And then I wasn't, but not everybody can be the greatest actor in the 4th grade class. Expression, there's nothing harder on laurels than resting on them. Yes, Major Win, exactly. Let's see here. Basket Needle, those buyers are mainly moving to retail online as blowout deals are hard to beat as retailers engage the delisted merch channels. Well, they definitely are. I mean,
And then he continues, though.
those are the same channels that the top 25-35% of sellers have been using for ages. For buying opportunities, is that what we're saying?
Well, look above. He also.
That's too much. It's like this: sellers wonder who. It's like this: sellers who wonder where eBay buyers are going, they are losing buyers. Yes, that is true.
Did you say hi to Axma?
Can I get to it? Can I have a second? Can I have a second? Can I get a minute? Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish? She's totally born in a barn. So Axe Monkey, aloha, Axe Monkey. I'm selling low dollar stuff on Mercari with free shipping, and it's moving faster there. Mercari is tight on returns too, not allowing one even when I made a mistake. Yes. Happy love face. No fees makes me happy. I also agree with that. That would be interesting to see when we get on there. And just just household good, low dollar stuff or collectibles. Yes, I am behind 30. Thank you. Tony's Pizza was my best friend growing up, Lag says. Awesome. Basket Noodle says things like, take Walmart, please. Take my wife, please. Their revenues this quarter well exceeded expectations and mainly being driven by delisted merch. Yeah. I mean, this is just that's not the business we're in, but yeah. I'm conflating that's incredible with real people. Different. But so Real People was Remember Evening Magazine too? That was one of the best. Wendy Takuda and Dave McElhatton. Remember Dave? How do I even remember these people's names? But the guy from Evening Magazine that went on, he invented that TV station about the computers. It's still on, but it's not as good anymore. CNET. I think he invented CNET and probably made bazillion dollars on that because they started by CNET used to like review computers and stuff. Anywho, right, wait, I got to get back to That's Incredible and Real People. Real People had the blonde lady and the big-haired dude. And was just Bay Area, I believe. And then That's Incredible was Fran Tarkenton, another blonde lady, and the other guy. And then right before That's Incredible was In Search Of. So you'd get a little Nimoy, then you'd go into Tarkenton, then you'd go into Henson. You'd go full Muppets at 7. And 7:30, maybe 7:30 was Evening Magazine. I got the full Sunday lineup right there for you. You're welcome. Channel 5, right? Channel 5? Channel 5, no, it's Channel 7, ABC. Maybe you had to switch channels. It wasn't like a straight shot. So I can't remember what channels, but I'm pretty sure CBS was Evening Magazine. Everybody should be very enthralled with that conversation. Basket saying generally sellers never needed to compete with online retailers. That has changed as competition for consumer dollars. Yes. Currently, that is the case. Basket, they are limited. Consumer dollars are just period limited. There's just less of them currently. Just to clarify, before I call eBay, though, it's not possible to drag and drop entire listings from one account to another, or is it? Or do you mean by copy and paste from one window to other parts? So, Paul Rose, the way that I have done it one at a time is open Edge, open Chrome. And you can copy and paste, drag and drop from, I think you can do it from Chrome to Edge or Edge to Chrome, either way. I believe you can drag and drop that way, but for sure you can copy and paste. So,
I think I tried doing the
pictures, you might not be able to do pictures directly like that. That's why the third-party software does do that well and transfers all, including the your item specifics. eBay Life says there's software that will copy everything and will create a full listing for you, but it's 17. It costs money. That's it. And then the amount of money it costs is how many listings you want to do. So it turns out that you need to have the $30 plans to do 1,000+ listings. John says, why do sellers have the mindset that we have to protect the market? Like that one you have for sale, heaven forbid you to take the offer because you're racing to the bottom. There is no, so I guess you could equate that to it's not the best thing, but there's no honor among thieves. I'm not saying, we definitely honor each other here in the reseller community. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we're all in competition with each other. So if I need to make money to buy a cupcake, okay? So if I can't buy the cupcake today, then I'm going to go a whole day without a cupcake, and that's not right. I need to sell a cupcake today, so I'm going to undersell all of you, every last one of you, so I can get my cupcake. Because I have to have a cupcake every day.
Remember that time you actually got an email from somebody on eBay saying that your price was too high?
I actually got an email from somebody that's saying that I was jacking up the prices in their category, and I was turning off. I mean, it's absurd to limit yourself at all. And if you spend 50 cents on something and something was last month worth $100, but now it's worth $50, I'm saying list it for 40. That's what I'm saying. It costs you 50 cents. John's actually been going over this for the past few weeks about is everybody keeping track of what they're spending on stuff and not just using emotions, to set your prices. And the thing is I'm happy for my things to sell for more money. My hypothesis is that they will sell for more money later. But currently, this is a depressing a falling market We are competing for less dollars. And every anybody selling anything on the planet of the earth is competing for those same dollars. So unless you're going to get somebody to buy your crap that nobody needs right now, the only way to do that is to lower the price on it. Or to buy crap people need. So we're going to start, we already have some bots following John around. We have some drones in Las Vegas following John around to see where he gets his toilet seats. And then we're horning in on the business. That's it. I've decided. We're horning in. You know what that means. Ow. Something just flew up my nose, I think. That usually means the show is close to over when things start flying up my nose. The term racing to the bottom. Oh, wait, I already read that one. Right, because I did jump to the bottom before, but now I've actually almost caught up.
Say a quick hello to Jet Fixer.
Jet Fixers of the house.
And Big Dre.
And Big Dre's here too. Aloha. Yay. You guys, am I not supposed to say guys anymore? Can I say guys and gals? Because guys apparently is not right. So I have to say guys and gals. My grandfather always used to, Grandpa was his name. My Grandpa, he always used to say guys and gals. That gal Phyllis. He used to talk about this gal Phyllis.
What do you mean? Because people are always like, hey guys.
Well, on YouTube, guys is it's a pretty accepted thing, but I don't know. My nephew said I can't say guys. So, I defer to him for all proper, millennial terminology or just the modern terminology.
He's not millennial.
No, what is he? Z? What is he?
He's
14.
Alpha. He's a year.
He's Alpha? He's Gen Alpha?
He's Gen Z.
He's a Gen Zer. He was born with devices in his crib.
But,
Right.
Right. He's a year older than Gen Alpha.
Oh, so he's a cusp.
Yeah.
He's a cuspial Z Alpha. So anyway, he tells me every word that I'm not supposed to say, which is basically every word that I use. So I can barely even talk anymore. Retail arbitrage is dead. If that's it. Well, don't get Basket Noodle talking about retail arbitrage. He hates that. He's like, it's bringing us down. And I guess it is to a certain extent. So I'm going to wait. He might say something smart here, though. Perhaps not 25. Let's call it 15. But you can also have the other marketplace. I know. He's talking about the vicious circle. John Davidson, Biff Boffo comes up with the John Davidson. That's right. What was the lady's name? Who was the lady's? It was, she ran for vice president, right? It looked like the lady who ran for vice president. Philistine DeMarco or something like that. It wasn't Philistine DeMarco. But that is close to the name. Major Win has a good point. We're also dependent upon each other. If we share a platform and everybody else sucks and we're providing great service, we're going to be suffering because no one will use the platform.
Only as strong as the weakest link.
We are only as strong as the weakest link. And I think, again, I'm not crawling up John's butt here, but I think John's been doing us all a pretty good service lately by trying to keep keep your head screwed on straight kind of topics. And I think they have worked. They have worked on me. I'll just say that, because sometimes I'm just like, I get a little annoyed with things. And then you just really got to keep on the best practice kind of. And also any knowledge you've learned about business in the past absolutely applies to business now. And it's supply and demand. It's all the things. And as we go into summer slowdown, we're not even there yet, and it's already stopped. So, people are going to apparently, I'm just going to get returns in July. So if things can't get any worse now, so when the actual summer slowdown happens, we're just going to start getting returns from the past, like 2 months ago. People are just going to start returning. So we're going to have negative flow in summer. That's the only possible thing that can go worse. I say hi to him twice. Aloha, Josh. Yeah. Oh, so I was also going to say the importance of providing customer service. That's the other thing that John has been sort of, I'm going to use the word harp because I think he's keeping on point on those two things. We are a business. Make sure you remember that. You got to sell your stuff or you're just a curator of your own museum. And customer service, I mean, we do provide a very, very high quality customer service, I believe. And in so doing, that's what we give back to the community as far as keeping the eBay spirit alive. And we're a pretty close community here. So, and I think most of us do that. I don't know how we get to crappy sellers. And hopefully all this difficulty has culled a lot of them. We haven't gotten, we've gotten some questionable packaging, but nothing has not arrived safe. So I'm not going to complain about the cereal box that we received something in because it arrived safely. We can talk about it, but I just can't, I'm just not going to ever say anything about it because it's not proper. But at the same time, I got it, and that's all I can do. Gina says, I did the app delete and reinstall, still nothing. And you've had 2 0 days. But so have we. We have had 2 0 days, Gina. So nothing good there. Beanne says, I've no track. The merch was bought 15 years ago. Not totally knowing what those are. Referring to WTF says, I know when and for how much I bought each item, how much it was sold for, and what the profit margin was. I could do that if I cared. But I still live in the world of 50 cents into $25. So 50 cents could still be $15. 50 cents, I would still be a millionaire if I sold a 50-cent item for $10. Just saying. But currently, the prices of 45s in near mint condition are still in the $20-ish area, and mine are listed at 25. So they all need to be at 20 right now. And then I still have to go down 20%. And then I still need to pay 12%. And then I need to pay another dynamic percent. Not sure what that's at right now. And chances are they still won't sell. And that has nothing to do with anything except for the environment. And everybody's jukeboxes are full, probably. Also, nobody's buying jukeboxes right now. So I guess I just struck another nerve in my own head, which is, why are people buying 45 music? To go out and DJ? No. Some, I guess, one or two. Mostly it's to put in jukeboxes. So now what are people not doing right now? I mean, even, even people in the spending class, or what, I don't know how to differentiate classes when it comes to buying and selling, but even the people who have expendable dollars, are they going to put it into this big honking jukebox, which, probably cost them $2,000 and they're filling it with records, then they're done. They're not going to necessarily, just not putting a lot of time in this expensive hobby. Maybe that's part of it, because that's where a lot of 45s go. So if there's something wrong with the jukebox hobby, then my 45s are going to slow down. Comic books don't have that, but our comic books just suck. They're just, we've sold so many comic books over the years, and these are the ones that are left type thing. Although some of them are good comic books. They're just filler issues at best. So they're very low quality. We're going to go soon, but let me just see if I can actually finish this through. There's Motorcycle Duke, Worth His Fingers, Guys and Dolls, Primo, Kimo. I'm ducking out. Aloha all. See you, Dendicor. eBay Life. Don't go woke, Primo. Don't do it. I'm not woke. But look, there's a swimming upstream thing that happens too. I'm not just going to sit here and bash my head against the wall and make people annoyed with me for no reason. But I'm not woke. But I also do recognize I recognize things, but I'm a 1980s dude. So I think we were pretty woke back then. And I think that was the good woke. So I'm going to stay that woke, like 80s woke. What were you saying? Oh, she's asleep. My nephew is a Phi Beta Kappa on the cusp. Yes, he is. He is a Z Alpha. Margins are used in retail where merch is considered under. Oh gosh, he's doing that stuff. I'm on my way there right now to get the. See, he's on his way to get the toilet seats right now. Hold on, get the drone up, sweetie. Fire off drone 1619 9er 12 beta, please. Thank you. Put it on him. Geraldine Ferraro, that's it, Ryan. Yes, yeah, so Geraldine Ferraro is the third person on. That's incredible. Maybe she was the lady on People Are Talking to. Oh boy, I'm gonna get to the bottom. That's it. Lag is definitely the weakest link we have determined. Basket Needle says, I love John's podcast and viz. He's smart about things and open to knowledge. That's what I love about him. He's open to knowledge. And I think that comes out, often he starts his videos always by saying, I know you guys are going to hate me and take a big dump on my head. I don't think you need to say that all the time, John, because I really don't think people do that. But I do think that I think that what comes out over everything to me personally is no matter what he says, he's open to knowledge and to other people's input. And that's what you do on the YouTube. And for that, we can say he's doing that right. So good job, FAE. Love your lives. We like watching lives. And then we go down to Kathy Lee. Oh, right, Kathy Lee. Yeah, I think that was her, but it wasn't Kathy Lee. Kathy Lee Crosby, maybe. It is murky. But the hair, she had Geraldine Ferraro hair. Like ladies had hair like that. It was like a UFO flattened bouffant. It was like the 80s bouffant, so it was still up, but then it was flattened. It didn't have a lot of height. Kind of came out a little bit the side. Looked like a Happy Joy helmet, kind of, from Ren and Stimpy. That's how I remember it. Baskin Noodle says, Commonwealth, Kevin is smart too. He's building a brand, no surprise. He's great too, but I will say that his information's a little more basic. Is that fair? It's a little more, he's appealing to... His stuff is not as topical because he does them like it takes him a week or two to get stuff out. So it's not always perfectly hot topic. And then, there's no reason for me to go poke holes in anything. I'm just saying. The only thing is that he is a little bit, he's a little beta. No, just kidding. He's a little bit basic. He's talking to beginners. More talking to beginners. Yeah. But there's nuggets in there, and I do like his personality, so I do recommend him too. Let's see, we got to get down to the bottom. Oh no, I see. Say hi to Andy Someta. Andy Someta's here. Aloha. You're just directing me now. You have nothing. We're after 3. Just like say hi to Andy Someta. That's how she normally is. There's no smiles. It's like, you go clean the toilet right now. That's an exact verbatim. Oh yeah, James is gonna do a video on that search. I need to go hear about that too. Biff Boffo says, I think a lot of crappy sellers are holdovers from the 90s who had standards and who refused to adapt to anything. They say no lowballers in their HTML descriptions. First of all, they have HTML descriptions. Bye, Basket Noobs. Have a great day. Like lowballers is like our bread and butter. Like if you don't got low ballers, you ain't got nothing. Like currently, for sure. So I like to finesse my low ballers. I like to fondle my low ballers, if you know what I'm saying. Very proud of myself. That's how I get proud of myself, is by saying stupid stuff like that. Patricia saying hi to Jet. Biff Buffo, hippieocracy. But he's gone now. So. eBay Life want to say guys, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, I know, but I do like how I get called out by him sometimes. It's just like, guys, it's not appropriate anymore.
We're out of it. We're out of the loop. We don't know crap.
We don't know anything. We just sit in this house selling stuff on eBay.
We're out of the loop.
So we have to be told. Woke's the wrong word, Primo. We're normal. Today's. Yes. I don't recognize myself as a current woke person. But I am a very caring person, and I care about people in general.
If all I need to do is change your word to make someone feel better, I'm doing it.
Yeah. Well, she said if all she has to do is change her word to make someone feel better, she's all for it. I drag my feet a little bit, and because it's comfortability. If I'm making somebody, I like making people comfortable. I've owned restaurants. I sell stuff on eBay. I want to bring people good feelings and feel comfortable. So sometimes that's what motivates me. Not being woke. It's just like, oh, you need this from me? Well, okay, I'll give that to you, because guess what? If you feel good, I feel good. And often that happens. But that's all I'm going to say. Hi, Dorcas, whose battery was dead Monday. Patricia, that car of yours. And they just fixed it. You better be taking it back to them. I hope they fix that properly. Major Win says, also saying a bummer to Patricia about that battery. Yeah, I found an Amish shop that will rebuild the original 1980 alternator for $70. So it does have to be rebuilt. I guess that's now the issue. Sometimes if you have a bad battery for long enough, it kills, or the alternator has to work too hard, and then the brushes get worn down, I guess. And they just have to replace the copper brushes inside. I don't know anything about mechanics, so I may have just made those. Paul says his pronouns are broke and frustrated. Well, welcome to that party. Patricia, remanufactured it if you're using your original equipment is actually better, because they're not, all the housing is all heavy metal and stuff. It's all built right, and then all you replace, I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, in an alternator is the brushes. You just replace copper brushing. Who is saying he's totally just for YouTube? I'm not sure who we're talking about.
How about
Commonwealth is totally just for YouTube. There are a number of YouTubers out there,
or
eBayers out there that use eBay for YouTube. There's a couple of, I can think of at least one really popular one. Well, at least it looks like he's popular, which I won't mention my name. At least one, if not others. I won't mention your name or my name. But I'm not, I have it for like a show sometime if it becomes important. But the truth is, it doesn't really matter. Just, be smart about who you watch on eBay and who you believe.
on
And
YouTube.
on YouTube and eBay and everywhere, all platforms. Actually, in your house too. Just question everything. Geraldine by Las Vegas is an amazing song. Really, I've never heard that one. And Motorcycle Dork agrees with rebuilding the factory unit, of course. 80s ladies hair helmet. Yep, that's what you get back then. Aquanet. Biff, did you ever use Aquanet back in the 80s? I used it from time to time for certain hairstyles, but the full pink can Aquanet, and you've got like a cigarette hanging out of your mouth, so you're Aquanetting and cigaretting at the same time, just waiting for your hair to catch on fire. But then all you really end up usually doing is getting a lung full of Aquanet. I remember that. I still have the smell is still like lodged in my lungs. Every once in a while, I'll cough and taste Aquanet still. It's true. True story. Let's see. Major Win is doing a belly laugh. I'm not sure at which thing.
I think when you were like, go clean the toilet, Primo.
She is a talk about low ball busters. After 278,000 miles, I don't think the Jeep will fail before a crap remanufactured alternate. No, it won't. And the remanufacture your same one. Well, okay. So often, so if you turn your old one in, they're just going to core it. So you're not going to get your same old one back. I think it's probably pretty hard to find somebody, unless you leave that one there for a week or two, for them to rebuild your actual one. You're going to get a different one back. Now, I don't know what the quality of that one's going to be. So I guess that's the issues.
I have olive oil-itis right now.
You totally look at your olive oil arms. Hold on, we're almost done. I'm on the home stretch. CWP is for part-time retiree geriatrics and is CWP. We got to figure this out. CWP. Oh, Commonwealth Picker is for part-time retiree geriatrics and his legions are loyal. Yeah, no, yeah. He's a good guy. I like watching good guys. So even if their content is sometimes annoying, I like, yeah, and he's fairly positive. So that's good. We love you, Primo. Thank you, eBay Life. Right back at you. Silver Hair Stacker says, I love Span. I love Span. Do you remember in The Office when Dwight got a head injury and he was like, oh, hi, Pan, to Pam. Oh, hi, Pan. Silver Hair's doing that to you, calling you Span. But he loves you, so I'm just mediocre. I'm just foot jam to him.
I'm gonna like our video to try to get a sale.
Yeah, like our own video. Does that work for ourselves, John? Can we like our own video and get a sale? Do that. Also, go watch our video from Monday, which is totally jacked. It was like nobody watched it. It's like shockingly low. Although I took it down for like 24 hours during when you get all the watchers. So it's probably never gonna work, but it was a disaster. Okay, we're almost at the end. Major win. Silver Hair Stackers, and they love you, Larry. Oh, Larry. Silver Hair Stacker said 7 pokey emojis, which is always appreciated. You've already done all of your, you've already interacted. And then I see, I never used Aquanet, but I dabbled in mousse. Yeah, I liked mousse too. I had some good mousse. I don't know if you remember the story that I won't elongate it, but I ended up burning down part of my freshman year Lake Tahoe bad boy school that I went to in Lake Tahoe. I ended up burning down part of the cabin with my can of hair mousse and a lighter. I lit a bed on fire and it made a little mess. But it's a whole story, so just don't take it from, that's I'm not a pyro. I am a little bit of a pyro though. Andy Savetta, copper windings in the motor is a lost art. I mean, somebody does do it. So, somebody has to do that to remanufacture them. But they must just buy little parts that are pre-manufactured by children in China. And they put those in. We just made a few sales. Fun. Thanks, Bill. You are welcome, Doug. And on that note... Oh, major win. Biff Boffo is saying, when are you doing the unboxing of the Snaggletooth? We are looking forward to that. In fact, we are going to sit right here and wait. Go. Are you done yet?
Friday.
Are you done yet? Are you done yet? Okay. We're going to go live with it on Friday. Wow, you're really mixing up the times. That's good. I like that. See what fits best for you and where you like it best. So on Friday do we have a time for Friday by chance? Just so we know. Oh, yes, if you subscribe to Major Win, go over there, subscribe, ring the notification bells on your way out of this one. Subscribe and then like in the chat.
Ring that bell and you'll get notified.
Ring that bell like Anita Ward. You can ring that bell. Ring my bell. Ding dong. Ringer, ringer, ringer. And on that note, we're going out with the Muppets. Mousse, hair gel. It was the late 80s, early 90s. LOL. Always been mistaken for a woman from behind. Thank you. I still get that from time to time. Poor ladies. Okay, guys. Have a great afternoon. Happy sales to you. I hope something comes out.
Stay perky.
And we will see you on Friday at 4 for our Tiki Show. And until then, just remember, our sales are
Poo-poo platter.
and I hope yours aren't. Have a great day, guys. Love y'all. Bye.